I 28M told my fiance 25F that our wedding won't be like her coworkers. Now she won't speak to me. Throwaway account. I don't want her somehow finding this. So some background I guess. I am engaged to a wonderful woman and have been for 2 months now. We'll call her M. M and I have been together for 4 years now, and I love her to death. She's pretty, funny, laid back, and just makes me happy when I'm around her. We both work decent jobs and make solid money, we own a home and have 2 wonderful dogs. Our life should be perfect. There is one problem. M's old coworker. This coworker, I believe 35, we'll call her L, was one of M's closest friends at her first job she started several years ago. M was still a teenager, but would hang out a lot with L, would watch her house when L went on vacations, go out to lunch with her, etc. Now, M is pansexual, and has admitted that she had feelings for L, but never even imagined acting on them. The age gap, and L is straight. Another thing, when M was 17 L got married, and M absolutely loved her wedding. It had been a quaint backyard wedding with friends and family, and L and M's boss had even officiated. So, this is where our problem starts. M really wants a wedding exactly like L's. She wants a tiny, cheap backyard shindig with food from Target, sparklers, and close friends. This, however, does not coincide with what my family wants. My parents are Catholic and expect us to be married in a church. They are very affluent and have a lot of guests expecting to come, too many that would fit in our backyard or a park. I've explained this to M several times, but she just keeps telling me we don't have to invite them if we don't want to. We've been going back and forth, but it came to a head last night when M showed me her wedding dress she had picked. It wasn't even from a wedding dress website, it was a cheap dress with a white long-sleeve top and a light blue skirt. I immediately shut her down, telling her that her dress needed to be an actual wedding dress. She was confused, and I explained, again, that our wedding was not just a backyard barbecue, but something we'd want to remember for the rest of our lives. M got snippy and reminded me that L's wedding had been a backyard barbecue, but it was memorable to those who attended. At this point I blew up and told her that our wedding wasn't L's, that her dress couldn't be from a department store, that it was going to be in a Catholic church, and that she needed to understand that. She argued back that she just wanted a wedding that she would enjoy too. I then did something stupid. I accused her of wanting the wedding to be like L's because she was still in love with her. She got quiet, then left the room. She hasn't spoken to me since. I am aware that though they're friends on Facebook, they don't really talk anymore. I'm not even sure M was going to invite L to the wedding with how small she wanted it. I told my friend and she recommended this forum to see if I'm in the wrong. So, what do I do now? Too long did not read. I told my fiancé our wedding won't be like her coworkers, which upset her. I would not marry a man who would not stand up to his parents for me and try to dictate my wedding dress. You have gone entirely too far. Take your head out of your ass and politely shove your parents' wishes and religion up there instead. This is your wedding, not your parents'. I promise you want to keep your future wife more satisfied than your parents. Any parents worth a shit will come to terms and eventually accept your wishes. If they don't, then it'll justify even more reason why you need to side with your fiancé here. Grow a pair and stop caring what mommy and daddy think. Wow. You and your parents sound terribly controlling. Your fiancé should run. Girl, you see this post, you run like some controlling bunch of people are trying to capture and cage you. What do you want? Other than letting your family decide for you? Don't get married until you're old enough to ignore what mommy and daddy want you to do. F29. Don't feel attracted to my husband, M35, anymore. My husband and I have been together for 4 years and married for 2. When we met, he was in shape, took me out often, spoiled me with gifts, took me on trips, held doors open, and was an all-around gentleman. Fast forward 4 years later, and he's overweight, is a rude and belligerent drunk, has punched holes in the wall while drunk and angry, has an explosive temper, never takes me out anymore, constantly demeans me, and makes me feel like I don't matter. The other day, he took me out for dinner for the first time in months, and I mentioned that this was a rare occurrence. I spoke of the old days and how he used to treat me. He laughed and said he was doing what he had to do back then to get me to be with him. I feel lied to and taken advantage of. I don't know what to do and am drifting away from him. I don't like it when he touches me anymore. I don't want him to kiss me, and when we do have sex, I pray that it's over soon and imagine that it's someone else. Is there any way to fix this, or will I always be unhappy if I stay with him? I don't know. Stop wasting your time and leave. Divorce will fix it. It's not going to get better. Might as well leave now. Get out. I am so sorry for what you are going through. He lied to you. That is a big deal. He is abusive and that is reason enough to leave. He was comfortable enough to tell you he lied because he thinks he has you right where he wants and you are going nowhere. Start making your plans to leave. Secretly. Warning you that as soon as he knows you are done he will change for the better. Don't fall for it. It is love bombing. My girlfriend, F26, asked me, M26, for a key to my house. My girlfriend, F26, asked me, M26, for a key to my place when she came over last night. Her reasoning is that I don't have to open the door for her when she comes over. She just wants to be able to come in. We are about 5 months into our relationship and are both dating with the intent of marriage. I own a house and she has an apartment. I found this statement rather strange and feel like it is too early for this to be brought up. I feel like she is pushing to see how much I'm willing to give up if that makes sense. I don't feel comfortable with giving her a key, especially if we end up breaking up, then I would have to change my locks. I feel like it's a potential risk to my security. How do I inform her in a nice way about this? Does anyone have experience with these things? Edit. I want to clarify that dating with the intent of marriage for us means that we are dating to find our person. It doesn't have to be each other, but we are dating with a purpose. I understand that this can have different meanings and want to clarify this. Thanks you all for the suggestions. I'm not quite ready for that step yet. I'll let you know when I am. I don't know how often she is staying over. But I don't understand how you discuss marriage with someone but can't talk to them about a house key. Her logic is not rational. If you're home, she wouldn't need a key anyway. So, why does she need one? That would be kind of a yellow flag for me. It's too soon and it's awfully forward of her. I'd be worried she plans to let herself in when you're not home. We are about 5 months into our relationship and are both dating with the intent of marriage. I own a house and she has an apartment. I found this statement rather strange and feel like it is too early for this to be brought up. How is it too early if you're already talking about getting married? Sounds like you're not sure at all about that. Are you giving her mixed signals? I'd tell her I'm not ready to exchange home keys just yet. How can I, 28F, tell the person, 30M? I live with that I have a new boyfriend. In February I separated from my partner, 30M, with whom I'd been a couple for 11 years. We bought a house together just over 2 years ago and we're both still living there. We want to put the house up for sale, but with the current market it's going to take several months. We get on well and take care of each other. There's no resentment, just sadness between us. I started dating another man a month ago, and I figure it would be the right thing to do to inform my ex that I'm with someone else. I won't have to worry about going out during the week without him wondering where I am, and I don't want to keep it from him for too long. But I don't want to cause him any more pain than he's already having. My family advises me not to tell him because it will start to create tension between us in the house and the situation will get worse from then on. What do you think? Should I tell him? If so, how? Starting to date while living with your ex is a dicey move in the first place. I suppose if you're worried that he'll find out from other friends, then you can get in front of this and let him know sooner than later. But you should expect this news to land poorly and for this to make your living situation significantly more tense. I don't know. If I'm the new guy and I found out you hadn't told your ex about me, I'd be annoyed, so there's that angle as well. If you are good friends now and this guy is going to coming around or spending the night, yes, you need to tell him. Personally, I wouldn't be dating with this living arrangement. It's pretty unhealthy and unfair to your ex who is just as stuck as you are and the new guy having to be brought into such a messy situation. It's okay to be single and sort yourself out before entering another relationship. At this point your ex is just a housemate, so he's definitely not entitled to be briefed in on your relationship status. It's wrong to try and stay friends with a man after you break up with him. You are reaping all the benefits of the emotional connection while rejecting him physically. You should not be living together and you shouldn't bring that guy around. You're taking advantage of the guy already as it is.